Learning English, Intermediate Grammar, Modal Verbs. Hello everyone. Welcome to our English language learning series. In today's video, we'll be diving into the fascinating world of modal verbs. Specifically, we'll focus on a crucial aspect of their usage: negative forms and questions. Understanding how to construct negative sentences and form questions with modal verbs is essential for expressing advice accurately. So, let's get started. Negative forms with modal verbs are quite straightforward. To create a negative sentence, simply place the word not after the modal verb. Let's take a look at a few examples. She should not eat too much junk food. They must not enter the restricted area. He couldn't find his keys anywhere. Remember, when using the contraction form, the word not is joined with the modal verb to form a contraction. For example, we shouldn't waste our time on trivial matters. You mustn't forget to lock the door before leaving. It's important to note that the placement of the modal verb and not can vary depending on the sentence structure. In some cases, you may need to place not after the main verb instead. Let's see an example. She does not have to attend the meeting. Take a moment to practice forming negative sentences with modal verbs before we move on to the next section. Now, let's shift our focus to forming questions with modal verbs. Creating questions is a great way to seek advice or ask for permission. To form a question, invert the modal verb and the subject. Here are a few examples to illustrate this. Should we bring anything to the party? Can you lend me some money? Will she be attending the conference? Remember, when using a contraction, the modal verb and subject are inverted, but the contraction itself remains intact. For example, could he give me a hand with this? Sometimes, a question can be formed by starting the sentence with a question word such as what, where, why, or how, followed by the modal verb and the subject. Let's take a look. How can I improve my English skills? What should we do in this situation? Now it's your turn to practice forming questions with modal verbs. Don't worry, it gets easier with practice. Well done! You have successfully explored the world of negative forms and questions with modal verbs. By mastering these concepts, you can confidently express advice and seek information from others. Remember to practice using modal verbs in negative sentences and questions regularly to reinforce your understanding. We hope you found this video helpful and informative. If you have any questions or need further clarification, please feel free to ask in the comments section below. Keep up the great work, and we'll see you in the next video.